10 simple money secrets the rich understand, but the poor don't. Hello everyone! Today, we are going to talk about money. We will discuss some money ideas that many people miss. These ideas are not hard to understand, but they can change your life with money. I wish someone taught me these things when I was younger. Many rich people know these secrets. They use them to build wealth. You can learn them too. We will go through 10 big secrets. Each one is simple. They can help you make more money. They can also help you feel better about your money. Let's start with the first one. Secret 1. Focus on increasing income, not just cutting costs. Many people think that to have more money, you must spend less. They focus a lot on cutting costs. They try to save every penny. This sounds like a good idea, but it has a problem. Think about how your body uses energy. Imagine two people. One person lives in a wild place. They hunt and gather food all day. The other person lives in a big city. They sit at a desk most of the day. You might think the wild person burns more energy, but studies show both people burn about the same amount of energy each day. This is because most of your body's energy is used just to keep you alive. Things like breathing, blood pumping, and digesting food use a lot of energy. Physical activity, like running or walking, uses only a small part of your energy. It is like a small piece of the puzzle. So, if you want to lose weight, exercising helps, but your food choices matter much, much more. Now, let's connect this to money. Just like with losing weight, there are two main ways to get more money. One way is to cut your spending. This is like exercising to lose weight. The other way is to earn more money. This is like changing what you eat to lose weight. Many books and articles tell you to cut costs. They tell you to stop buying coffee. They tell you to eat at home more. They tell you to look for cheaper things. This advice is not wrong. It can help a little, but cutting costs has a very small impact. There are only so many things you can cut. You still need to pay for rent or a home. You still need to buy food. You still need to pay for transport. Imagine your budget is a small pie. You can cut slices out of it. But soon, there are no more slices left to cut. You hit a wall. You cannot cut your expenses to zero. Also, for some people, cutting costs does not work at all. If someone earns a small amount of money, like $1,000 a month, but their basic bills are more than that, how can they cut costs? They might already be struggling to buy food. There is nothing left to cut. This does not mean you should ignore your spending. You should still look at your bills. Make sure you are not paying for things you do not use, like forgotten online subscriptions. That is smart. But your main energy should go into earning more. This is much harder. It takes more work. It might mean learning new skills. It might mean finding a better job. It might mean starting a small side business. But the upside is huge. There is no limit to how much you can earn. You can always learn more. You can always provide more value. You can always find new ways to make money. Think about it this way. If you cut $100 from your spending, that is all you save. But if you find a way to earn an extra $100, you can do that again and again. You can grow it. So spend some time making sure you are not wasting money, but spend most of your time and effort thinking about how to bring more money in. This is the big secret. This is what rich people do. They think about creating and earning, not just cutting. Secret 2, where to focus your energy, saving versus investing. When you start learning about money, you hear two big words a lot. These are saving and investing. Many people get confused about which one is more important. The truth is, it depends on how much money you already have. Imagine you have very little money. Maybe you only have a few $100s in your bank. If you spend hours trying to figure out the very best way to invest that money, it might not be the smartest use of your time. Let's say you have $1,000 saved. If you invest it perfectly and get a 10% return in a year, you will earn $100. That is good. But think about this. If you go out to eat one night with friends and spend $100, that is the same amount. So for someone with little money, spending all their time researching stocks might be foolish. It would be smarter to focus on saving more money, or focus on making more money. If you saved an extra $100 by not going out, you would get the same result as a whole year of investing a small amount. Now, imagine someone who has $10 million. If their investments go down by just 10%, they lose $1 million. Do you think they can save $1 million in a year by cutting out coffee? No, That is not possible. For this rich person, their main focus must be on investing wisely. They need to spend a lot of time thinking about how to protect their money. They need to think about how to grow their money. This is because their investment returns are so big. So, the secret is that your focus changes as you get more money. If you do not have much money saved or invested, your main job is to save money and make more money. That is where you get the biggest bang for your buck. If you have a lot of money saved and invested, then your main job is to learn about investing. You need to make sure your money is working hard for you. You need to protect it. Here is a simple way to know where to focus right now. First, think about how much money you can easily save in the next year. Let's say you can save $1,000 each month. So, in a year, you can save $12,000. Next, think about how much your investments will earn in the next year. If you have $10,000 invested and you expect it to grow by 10%, that is $1,000. Now, compare these two numbers. In our example, you can save $12,000, but your investments only earn $1,000. Which number is bigger? $12,000 is much bigger. This means you should focus more on saving money. You should focus on adding more money to your investments. This is because saving more will have a bigger effect on your wealth right now. But if your investments earn more than you can save, then you should focus on investing. For example, if you have $100,000 invested and it earns $10,000 a year, but you can only save $5,000, then your focus should be on making smart investment choices. When you are young and just starting, saving matters a lot. Each dollar you save adds up fast. Later in life, when you have a lot of money in investments, the returns from those investments become much bigger than what you can save from your income. So, your energy shifts. Early on, save, save, save. Build that money pile. Later on, invest, invest, invest. Make that money pile grow on its own. This is a crucial idea that helps you put your effort in the right place. Secret 3. Ditch fixed savings rates. Embrace dynamic saving. Many people hear advice like, you should save 20% of your income, or you must save 10% of every paycheck. They also hear things like, you need to have this much money by this age. This kind of advice sounds good and simple, but it causes a lot of problems. The first problem is that this advice assumes everyone can save the same amount. But that is just not true. Think about people who earn very little money. They might save only 1% of what they make. This is because they use almost all their money for basic needs. Now, think about people who earn a lot of money. They might easily save 20 or 30% of their income. They have enough left over after paying for everything. So, telling everyone to save the same fixed percentage does not make sense. The second problem is that your life changes. Your income changes, your expenses change. When you are single, your income might be stable. You only worry about your own job. But what happens when you get married? Now there might be 2 incomes. Or maybe one income supports 2 people. What if you have children? Your expenses go up a lot. You might need a bigger home. You need to buy clothes, food, and toys for your kids. Childcare can be very expensive. Suddenly, saving a big chunk of your income becomes very hard. Someone might be able to save 50% of their income when they are a student. They live in a cheap shared room. They eat cheap food. They do not have many bills. This is easy for them. But then they get married. They move to a flat. They have children. Now, they can only save 2 or 3% of their income. This makes them feel terrible. They feel like they are failing. This feeling is wrong. Your life is not static. It is dynamic. It moves and changes. So, your savings rate should also move and change. It should be dynamic too. The best advice for saving is very simple. Save what you can. If you are single and can save 40% of your income, then save 40%. That is fantastic. If you are married with kids and can only save 2%, then save 2%. That is also fantastic. You are doing your best. Do not feel guilty about it. Money is often a cause of stress for people. One of the biggest stresses is worrying if you are saving enough. If you try to stick to a fixed number that does not fit your life, you will feel stressed and unhappy. So, forget the fixed percentages. Look at your own life, look at your income, look at your expenses. Take your total income and subtract all your necessary expenses. Whatever is left, that is your savings. Some months, it might be a lot. Some months, it might be a little. That is okay. The goal is to save consistently based on your current situation. This approach will make you feel much less stressed. It will make you feel happier about your money journey. It is a smarter, more realistic way to save. Secret 4. Spend smarter for true fulfillment. When it comes to spending money, people often fall into two groups. One group spends money very easily. They do not look at price tags. They buy whatever they want. They might feel good for a moment, but often regret it later. The other group is the opposite. They feel guilty about almost every purchase. They try to cut costs on everything. They look for every trick to spend less. They feel anxious when they see a price tag. Neither of these ways is good for you. You want to live a good life. Money is important, but it should not make you feel bad every time you buy something. Many money experts sometimes push people too much into the second group. They make you feel bad for buying a coffee. This way of living creates anxiety. It makes you second-guess everything you buy. This is not a happy way to live. The rich know how to spend without guilt. They spend smartly. Here are 2 simple ideas to help you spend without feeling bad. The first idea is the 2 times rule. When you want to buy something expensive, like a nice new gadget or a fancy meal, you have to do 2 things. You buy the thing you want, but then you also take the same amount of money and invest it. For example, if you want to buy a new big TV for $1,000, you buy the TV, but then you immediately put another $1,000 into your savings or investment account. This rule helps you in 2 ways. First, it removes the bad feeling. You feel good because you also put money aside for your future. Second, it makes you think twice. Do you really want that TV if you have to save $2,000 for it? Half for the TV, half for your future. It makes you think if it is truly worth it. The second idea is to spend money on things that make you truly happy in the long run. The hardest part here is figuring out what truly brings you joy. It is about what adds value to your life, not just short-term pleasure. For example, I used to feel bad buying coffee from a popular coffee shop every day. It costs $5. For a while, I stopped going. But then I realized something important. When I work from home, I get distracted easily. When I go to the coffee shop, I can focus. I can work there for hours. So, for me, that $5 coffee helps me be productive. It replaces the need to rent an office. It makes me feel good. It adds value to my life. I can easily say it is worth the cost. You need to find out what those things are for you. What purchases truly increase your happiness and make your life better, and what purchases do not. Studies show that spending money on certain things makes people happier. For example, buying experiences, like a trip, a concert, or a cooking class. These create memories. Treating yourself sometimes, small rewards can boost your mood. Buying extra time, paying someone to clean your house, or do yard work. This frees up your time for other things you love. Paying up front, like an all-inclusive vacation. You pay once and then do not worry about money during the trip. Spending on others, buying gifts for loved ones or donating to charity. This feels good. A very smart person, Ramit Sethi, has a great way of thinking about this. He says, spend a lot of money on the things you love and spend almost no money on the things you don't care about. This means you can spend big on your passions. If you love travel, save for amazing trips. If you love good food, enjoy nice meals. But for things you do not care about, like clothes or fancy cars, cut back severely. Do not waste money on them. This is the best way to spend. It is personal. It fits you. It makes you happy without making you feel guilty. It is how rich people spend. They spend on things that matter to them. Secret 5. The unsung power of early compounding. This secret is probably the most powerful one, but it is also the hardest to see when you are young. It is about how money grows over time, almost like magic. This is called compounding. Imagine you have a small snowball at the top of a big hill. You push it down. As it rolls, it picks up more snow. It gets bigger and bigger. The bigger it gets, the more snow it can pick up. By the time it reaches the bottom, it is a giant snowball. Your money works the same way when you invest it. you put a small amount of money into an investment, it earns a little bit of interest or returns. Then, that interest also starts to earn interest, and the interest on the interest also earns interest. It keeps growing on itself. This effect is strongest when you start very early. Even small amounts of money can become huge amounts over many, many years. For example, if you save just $100 a month starting at age 20, by the time you are 65, that small amount could be much bigger than if you started saving $500 a month at age 40. This is because of time. Time is your best friend when it comes to investing. The longer your money has to grow, the more powerful compounding becomes. It is like the snowball having a much longer hill to roll down. Many people wait to invest. They think they need a lot of money to start, or they think they need to learn everything first. But the best time to start is now, even if it is with a very small amount. Do not try to find the perfect investment right away. Just put your money into something simple that grows over time, like a broad stock market fund. The key is to be consistent. Keep putting money in, even small amounts. And then, be patient. Do not pull your money out every time the market goes up or down. Let it sit. Let it grow. Let the magic of compounding do its work over many years. A quick way to understand how fast money can double is the Rule of 72. You take the number 72 and divide it by the yearly interest rate you expect to earn. The answer tells you roughly how many years it will take for your money to double. For example, if you earn 8% a year, 72 divided by 8 is 9. So your money would double in about 9 years. Imagine if your money doubles every 9 years. If you start with $10,000 at age 20, it could be $20,000 at age 29, $40,000 at 38, $80,000 at 47, $160,000 at 56, and $320,000 at 65, all from that initial $10,000. This secret is why rich people become richer. They understand that time is precious. They put their money to work early. They let it compound. This is the quiet giant of wealth building. Secret 6. Build a strong financial foundation. First, before you start doing big things with your money, like buying lots of stocks or starting a huge business, you need to build a strong base. Think of it like building a house. You cannot build a tall building on shaky ground. You need a solid foundation first. Many people skip this step. They jump straight into investing or spending. But when something bad happens, like losing a job or a big medical bill, their whole money plan falls apart. This is because they did not have a strong foundation. Here are the key parts of a strong financial foundation. First, an emergency fund. This is money you keep in a safe, easy-to-reach place, like a savings account. It is only for emergencies. It is not for fun spending. It is for when life throws you a curveball. You should aim to have at least 3 to 6 months of your basic living expenses saved in this fund. This means if your rent, food, and bills cost $2,000 a month, you need $6,000 to $12,000 saved. This money acts like a shield. It protects you from financial ruin if you lose your job or have a big unexpected cost. Second, debt management. Not all debt is bad. A low-interest loan for a house or for education can be okay. But high-interest debt is very bad. Things like credit card debt or payday loans can trap you. They charge very high interest, making it hard to ever pay them off. Your foundation needs you to get rid of this bad debt. Make a plan to pay off your highest interest debt first. This is like removing heavy weights from your back. Once you are free from bad debt, you can use that money to save or invest. Third, insurance. This is like having a safety net. It protects you from really big, unexpected costs. You need to think about health insurance so you do not go broke if you get sick. You might need disability insurance, which pays you if you cannot work because of an injury. You might also need term life insurance, especially if people depend on your income. Insurance is not about getting rich. It is about protecting the wealth you are trying to build. It stops one bad event from wiping out all your savings. So, before you chase high investment returns, make sure these 3 things are in place. Have your emergency fund, get rid of bad debt, and have the right insurance. A good credit score also matters a lot. Your credit score is like your financial report card. It tells banks and lenders how good you are at paying back money. A good score makes it easier to get loans for a house or car. It can even affect your ability to rent a place or get certain jobs. Building this foundation takes time and effort. It might not be as exciting as talking about investing in the stock market, but it is vital. Rich people understand that security comes before speculation. They build their solid ground first. Secret 7. Invest in yourself above all else. Many people think that to get rich, you need to invest in stocks, real estate, or businesses. While those are important, the absolute best investment you can make is in yourself. Your ability to learn, to grow, and to earn money is your greatest asset. Think about it. If you lose all your money, but you still have your skills, your knowledge, and your drive, you can always earn it back. But if you lose your health or your ability to learn, it is much harder to get back on track. Investing in yourself directly makes your income potential higher. It makes you more valuable in the job market. It makes you more adaptable if your job changes or goes away. This is a secret that many successful people live by. What does it mean to invest in yourself? First, skills and education. This does not always mean going back to college. It can mean learning new skills that are in demand. Take online courses, get certifications, read books, go to workshops. The more valuable skills you have, the more you can earn. For example, learning a new computer language or a new type of sales skill can make a big difference in your salary. Always be learning something new that helps you do your job better or opens up new jobs. Second, health. Your physical and mental well-being are crucial. If you are sick or tired all the time, you cannot work effectively, you cannot think clearly, you cannot be productive. So, make time for exercise, eat healthy food, get enough sleep, manage your stress. If you need to, get help for your mental health. A healthy body and a clear mind are your most valuable tools for earning money and enjoying life. Third, networking. This means building relationships with other people. Go to industry events, connect with people on professional websites, talk to people who are doing jobs you admire. Your network can help you find new job opportunities. They can give you advice. They can become mentors. They can even become future business partners. Your connections are a form of wealth. Fourth, financial literacy. This means continually learning about money. Read simple books about personal finance. Watch videos that explain investing. Understand how taxes work. The more you understand about money, the better decisions you will make. Learning does not stop when you leave school. It is a lifelong journey. The world changes, and so do financial rules and opportunities. Staying updated is investing in your future earning power. Finally, think of your time as an investment too. How do you spend your hours? Are you wasting them on things that do not add value? Or are you spending them on activities that help you grow, learn, or earn? Choosing wisely how you spend your time is a huge investment in yourself. Investing in yourself has the highest return. It gives you skills, health, connections, and knowledge that no one can take away from you. This is the real foundation for lasting wealth. Secret 8. Cultivate an abundance mindset over scarcity. This secret is about how you think about money. It is more about your brain than your bank account. Many people have a scarcity mindset. This means they believe there is not enough money for everyone. They feel like they have to fight others for a small piece of a pie. This thinking makes them afraid. They fear losing money. They fear missing out. They focus on what they don't have. They see limits everywhere. This way of thinking can stop them from taking good opportunities. Rich people, on the other hand, often have an abundance mindset. They believe there is plenty of money and opportunity for everyone. They think about creating new pies, not just fighting over old ones. They focus on what they can do, not what they cannot. This does not mean they are wasteful or ignore risk. It means they see possibilities. They believe in growth. They are not afraid to share or help others because they know new opportunities can always be created. How can you change your mindset? First, challenge limiting beliefs. We often grow up hearing things like, money is evil, or you have to work hard for every penny. These beliefs might not be true. Money is just a tool. You can work smart, not just hard. Question these old ideas. Think about where they came from. Decide if they still serve you. Second, focus on gratitude. Be thankful for what you have, no matter how small. This helps you move away from always wanting more. It makes you appreciate your current situation. It shifts your focus from lack to enough. Every day, think of 3 things you are grateful for. This practice can change your outlook. Third, seek solutions and opportunities. When a problem comes up, do not just see the problem. Think about solutions. Look for new ways to do things. Look for ways to create value for others. For example, instead of saying, "I can't afford that," say, "How can I afford that?" This simple question changes your thinking from stopping to finding a way. Fourth, surround yourself with positive people. The people you spend time with have a big effect on your thinking. If you are around people who always complain about money or see problems everywhere, it will affect you. Spend more time with people who are positive, people who are trying to grow, people who see possibilities. Their way of thinking will start to rub off on you. This is not about being fake or always happy. It is about believing in possibilities. It is about having a positive outlook on your financial future. This mindset helps you spot opportunities and act on them, which is a key trait of people who build wealth. It helps you see money as a tool for good, not just something to worry about. Secret 9. Master the art of calculated risk-taking. Most people are told to play it safe with money. They are told to avoid all risks. While it is smart to be careful, true wealth is almost never built by being completely safe all the time. Rich people understand how to take smart risks, not blind ones. What is the difference between a blind risk and a calculated risk? A blind risk is like jumping off a cliff without knowing what is below. You just hope for the best. This is gambling. You put your money into something you do not understand, or you risk everything on one bad choice. A calculated risk is different. It means you gather information. You weigh the possible good things against the possible bad things. You understand what you might lose. You have a plan if things go wrong. It is like climbing down a mountain with a map, a rope, and knowing how to use them. Examples of calculated risks in money. Starting a business. It is risky, but if you do your research and have a good plan, the reward can be huge. Investing in a growth stock. You might lose money, but if the company does well, you could make a lot. You do not put all your money in one stock. Moving to a new city for a better job, there is a risk that it might not work out, but the chance for a much higher salary or better career path is there. Negotiating for a much higher salary. There is a small risk of rejection, but the reward of more income is worth it. How can you become better at taking calculated risks? First, educate yourself. Before you take any risk, learn as much as you can. Read books, talk to experts, understand what you are getting into. The more you know, the less risky it becomes. Second, assess worst-case scenarios. Ask yourself, what is the absolute worst thing that could happen? Can I survive that? Do I have a plan if it goes wrong? If the worst case is something you can recover from, the risk might be worth it. Third, start small and scale up. Do not bet everything on your first try. If you are trying a new business idea, start it small. Test it out. If it works, then you can put more money and effort into it. This limits your downside. Fourth, learn from failures. Not every risk will pay off. Sometimes you will lose money. Sometimes things will not work out. This is okay. The key is to learn from it. Understand what went wrong. Do not make the same mistake twice. Many people are too afraid to try anything new. They stay in their comfort zone. But staying completely safe often means staying in the same financial place forever. The biggest risk can be taking no risk at all, especially when it comes to your own growth or new opportunities. Rich people understand that progress and growth come from pushing boundaries. They are not reckless, but they are willing to step out. They take smart, informed bets on their ideas, their skills, and their future. This is how they create new wealth, instead of just trying to hold on to what they have. Secret 10. Leverage your resources. Time, money, network. The final secret is about making your resources work hard for you. Many people work very hard themselves. They trade their time for money, but rich people learn to use leverage. This means using something small to move something big. It means getting more done with less effort, or making your money grow without you directly working for it. Think about a seesaw. If you push down on one side far away from the middle, you can lift a much heavier person on the other side. That is leverage. Rich people understand how to leverage different things. First, financial leverage. This means using other people's money to make more money for yourself. The most common example is buying a house with a mortgage. You only put down a small part of the price, and the bank lends you the rest. If the house goes up in value, you make money on the whole house, not just on the part you paid for. This can be risky if not done carefully, but it is a powerful way to grow wealth much faster than just using your own savings. Businesses often use loans to grow. Second, time leverage. You only have 24 hours in a day. You cannot work all the time. Rich people find ways to make their time go further. Automation. Set up automatic transfers to your savings and investment accounts. This makes sure you save without even thinking about it. Delegation outsourcing. Pay someone else to do tasks that take up your time but are not high value for you. For example, hiring a cleaner or a virtual assistant for business tasks. This frees up your time for more important, higher-earning work. Building systems. Create a way of doing things that works without you always being there. This is how businesses grow. A clear step-by-step process allows others to do the work. Third, knowledge leverage. You cannot know everything, but you can learn from others. Mentors. Find someone experienced who can guide you. Their knowledge can save you years of trial and error. Books, courses. Learn from the best minds in the world for a small cost. This speeds up your learning greatly. Fourth, network leverage. Your connections with people are a huge resource. Collaboration. Working with others can help you achieve bigger goals than you could alone. Referrals. Your network can connect you to new clients, jobs, or opportunities. Ideas. Talking to smart people can give you new ideas and ways of thinking. The rich understand that they do not have to do everything themselves. They build teams. They create systems. They use debt wisely. They learn from others. They make their money work for them, so they do not have to always trade their time for it. This is how they create freedom and build massive wealth. They build assets that make them money even when they are sleeping. Conclusion. So, there you have it. 10 crucial money secrets that many rich people understand. These are not magic tricks. They are simple ideas, but they need you to change how you think and act. Remember, focus on earning more. Cut waste, but put most energy into bringing more money in. Know your focus. Save hard when you have little, invest smart when you have much. Save what you can. Let your savings rate move with your life. Do not stick to fixed numbers. Spend for joy. Buy things that truly add fulfillment and cut everything else. Start early. Let compounding work its magic over a long time. Build your base. Get your emergency fund, kill bad debt, and get proper insurance first. Invest in yourself. Your skills, health, and knowledge are your best assets. Think abundance. See possibilities, not limits. Take smart risks. Learn, plan, and be brave enough to try. Leverage resources. Make your time, money, and network work for you. These secrets are about being smart and patient. They are about building a wealthy life, not just getting rich quickly. If you start learning and using these ideas in your 20s, or at any age, you will be much better off. You will feel more in control of your money. You will have more options. You will build a foundation for true freedom. Which of these secrets resonated most with you? Start with that one today.